Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off those shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost nothing to show love. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? This P. Diddy case is by far the most disgusting case next to R. Kelly that I've ever seen in my life. This P. Diddy case is by far the most disgusting case that I've ever seen in my life. Where's all the parents at? Where's all the fathers at? Where's all the mothers at? I want to point something out that we keep forgetting as adults, as parents, right? Diddy was 37 years old when he got with that 19-year-old girl. He was 37 years old. Old enough to be her father. They say the most beautifulest things in the world is surrounded by the hellfire. At the time, that 19-year-old girl, she walked through a door, Diddy's door, the gatekeeper to hell. And during those days, the industry was the most beautifulest thing in the world. Everybody and their mama wanted to be a singer or a rapper. Instead, Diddy took a 19-year-old girl and they engaged in freakoffs. I'm listening to the details. He would leave his freak-off, attend a business meeting, but somehow he would have it screened to his devices where he could still be watching to make sure she's still freaking off. Now, some of these freak-offs would last 4 days straight. Woo! Scooby-Doo-Doo? Listen, I've never in my life performed for 24 hours with a woman. Never in my life performed for 24 hours with a woman. As a matter of fact, after you get yours off, sometimes you might go for another one, but then after that, your energy is zapped. Now, for a woman, we know as men, we might go a couple of times in a day with a female, and the next day she talking about, yo, you got to chill. I need an ice pack. I'm sore. This dude had a 19-year-old girl having a marathon. This 37-year-old man engaging in intercourse with a 19-year-old young lady tore her up so bad, tore her insides up so bad, that the medicines that they prescribe to you when you catch 8 STDs, it didn't work anymore. Let's highlight the fact that that video that we saw, with her walking to the elevator and him running down the hallway, was her saying, I can't take this anymore. She was actually fleeing from a freak off. And because she was fleeing and she said, I can't do this anymore. Well, we saw the tell of the tapes. He went oops upside her head, stomped the shit out of her. Kicked her like she was a football. And now we just running around throwing this word around that they created for me with the Africa Bambaataa situation, which is called manipulation. It's called she was a willing participant. Now, I'm not going to argue the fact that this grown man made sure he went all the way to where he was right past the gate of being legal and brutalized somebody's daughter. We cool with this? Are we cool with this? The girl says she had sores in her mouth to the point where she couldn't eat food. But she had to taste. We cool? Wow. You want to know what the craziest part about this situation is? After 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears, this is how we treat our woman? Is this how we treat our woman? You know what the saddest part about this situation? A black man mistreated a black woman. Treated her like she was doo-doo on the bottom of a shoe. But the colonizer, you know, Christopher Columbus, Santa Claus, he came to a rescue. Look past the fact that this girl allegedly had genital warts, sores in her bottom and in her mouth, and probably 1,000 other STDs. And he wiped all that jism off of her. Wow. I don't even believe I'm saying this. Dusted her off. Got all the Diddy juice off of her. Grabbed her hand. Hugged her. Told her baby to be okay. Put a roof over her head. Put two children, going on a third one in her womb. And then had to listen to her for years and stop her from trying to turn her own TV off. Because she's telling this man, because of what the black man did to her. You know, the one y'all call God, that's doing the devil's work. She's telling this man that I don't deserve you. You're too good for me. And he's telling her, you'll never have to drink Diddy's urine again. That nigga deserves anything that he gets. No, I don't like the tactics that they're using. And the fact that I know this is really over, he beefing with them liquor companies. But imagine that being your daughter. And I know some of you females out there, I know you was smuts. Y'all was super chicken heads back in the days. Y'all was probably worse than her. Because y'all was willing participants. So y'all women don't feel sorry for her. And some of you dudes is just as dirty as Diddy. So y'all don't feel sorry for her. All the money in the world ain't going to take away the pain. And her have to live through the humiliation ritual that he put her through. And frankly, Diddy, you better pray to God that none of them rich dudes, because I know your daughters ain't going to be dealing with no broke nigga. None of them rich dudes don't come along that got the world at their feet and don't turn around and do your daughters the same way when you end up in prison screaming, life, 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 life. You better pray to God that you make it out of that penitentiary and the feds don't seize all your accounts and turn them pretty little girls that you got into little Cassies. Because when they ain't in Hollywood no more and they got to move in those tenement buildings and they not in the suburbs no more, but they running around the projects, or they got to sit up there and go through somebody else's Diddy's door, you better pray to God that nobody else don't have them drinking that Diddy juice, a.k.a. that yellow Kool-Aid. Stay tuned for my live. This is just part one. It's amazing how Cassie's white husband came along and became her hero and saved her from the man, it saved her from a black devil called Diddy. Shorty had sores in her mouth that medicine couldn't cure. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. I'm out.